Day 13. It's pretty chilly out, but it's not nearly as cold as it was yesterday. My wisdom tooth is still hurting. The one I got yanked out. If you didn't know, I just had major oral surgery. And I'm not quite healed yet. It's probably not the easiest thing to keep clean on the trail. Yeah, I brush my teeth, swish with salt water every once in a while, but, I'm a lazy hiker. I should hit that trail magic tonight. They give you rides into town and whatnot, and they have advertisements all over, what is the thing called? Far Out now. It's called Far Out instead of Cut Hooks. So the map I'm using, they've put advertisements all over the place. So at first I felt a little guilty about crossing this next road to hitch in, because the dude camping next to me, James, he was like, hey, you want to get an Uber in the morning? I was like, nah, I'm going to make it to that trail magic. He didn't even know about it. And I was like, hey, might as well pass up the Uber, give these people the money, have them give you a ride into town. They could probably use the money more than the Uber guy, but I think he's dead set on getting into town this morning. So, his folly. It'll still be there when he gets there, but he'll be the weird clean hiker that shows up. Ugh, weirdo. Okay, and we're off. I took my sweet ass time. I even slept in a little bit. I slept in until like 3:30. So it's probably, guessing, like 5:30ish right now. It's pretty damn chilly. There was ice on all my tent poles. My toes are frozen solid. Not as bad as yesterday, though. Okay. Let's see what adventure we get into today. It's definitely a double puff morning. I think that glow is the city. I do not know. But I'm not worried about things sneaking up on me because everything here is covered in spikes, and even those spikes are big enough to hurt a kitty. Plus, this isn't really their hunting territory. They're mountain lions, not desert lions. Sure, you might see them out here, but this isn't really their territory. Nowhere to get the pounce. So I feel decently safe. My feet are starting to warm up. You know, when you're cold, hike faster. Whew. Brisk and chilly morning. Kind of wish I didn't have that predisposition to wake up super early. I wouldn't mind sleeping in like everybody else, wait for the heat of the day, but that's not how I roll. It's not my choice, it's by design. Trail is about as smooth as it gets. Very stabby though, on either side. But man, I must be cruising along at like 3 miles an hour, which is really quick for me. I feel like zoom. How fast would I feel on a mountain bike? It'd probably trip me out because it's 20, 25 miles an hour. Getting in a car sometimes freaks me out. I have to get used to 2 miles an hour. Anything else seems like warp drive. Some good camping over there. And over there. Waiting to run into other hikers. It's about that time of the morning that I'll see something that I think is eyeballs, and it turns out to be somebody's tent. Of course, I'll light them up for a second or two while I figure out what I'm looking at, and then silently apologize and walk away. There's Venus. It appears to my eyes way different through glasses and without glasses. Right now I'm not wearing glasses because I'm wearing a mask and it fogs up my glasses, but it keeps my face warm. Yeah, stars and planets look so much different with glasses on. Right now it is a ball with maybe, I don't know, I'd say like a dozen spikes on it. But when I put on my glasses, it turns into like almost like that typical star shape, like, like 5 little points on it. Crazy how blind I've been. So I was talking with that girl Brooke, who is like one of the very few people who's ever recognized me from my videos. And she has vertigo as well. Because I was hoping that maybe glasses would counteract my vertigo. Maybe now that my eyes both see in the same perceptions, that I wouldn't get it, but she says she still does, so there's that. Still hopeful though. It's a change. I mean, it couldn't very well make my vertigo worse. I get downright pathetic when I'm up on something high. Although I kind of do get downright pathetic with a lot of things, don't I? Crawling on my hands and knees, all scared across things that little girls are skipping across. It's my bag to carry. Yep, that glow is a sprawling city over there. Bigger than I was expecting it to be. Maybe we can upload a movie from here. We've got the familiar glow on the horizon. Of course, it's way lighter through the camera than it is for my eye. But not a cloud for them to work off of, unfortunately. Sometimes sunrises. There's a little rat running across. Oh yeah, your little kangaroo rat. I've actually picked some of those up before. They're kind of friendly. I was clearing my neighbor's property of cactus, and I found a little baby kangaroo rat, and he let me pick him up. It was cute. I was glad I didn't hurt him with the shovel while I was digging. As a spoonful came up, or a shovelful came up, and out popped a little kangaroo rat, all confused and cold, and I was like, I got you, buddy. So I just held him for a while until he wanted to go. Well, yeah, if the sun starts coming up, well, when the sun starts coming up, see if I can find a little spot to hang out and have a safety meeting. I did not do that this morning as per usual because it takes me forever to break down camp if I'm high. And then once I started rolling, it was just too damn cold to stop. But I'm finally at a point where I'm comfortable. Uh-oh, we moved into different kinds of cholla. These aren't teddy bear cholla yet, but they're getting closer. How can you actually fit more spikes on these things? Pain pickles. Well, hey, I have made it to the road. It was still a good 4 miles or so from where I camped. I thought it was closer. It's hard for me to tell how far I go. I don't generally know where I stopped or where I started from, unless there's somebody else keeping track. You know, I only guesstimate. Yesterday I did somewhere near 20. Can I tell you exactly how many? No. Before I did 21 point something, I can tell you that because Joe kept track. Oh, can't. Shh. We got a logbook. There's my name right there. I'm assuming that's Joe camped over there. Looks like his tent. I don't really memorize stuff. Oh, look at that. 16 miles ahead. See, these people really want you to go there, so I don't feel so bad about passing over the road, skipping up my hitch, and going in. Oh, does it say breakfast right there? Oh. So some of these are marked, but if you look at that one, it's marked till 2:20, so that's the one I'm going to go for. Because obviously it is not 2:20 anymore, it is 3:08 today. So that one's mine, but you know, a lot of these are private cached, which is smart to do. I'm not that bright, so I just kind of wing it. Let's see what's in the snacks. I don't really need any snacks, but you know, if there's something awesome, I'll go for it. Okay, I am here. I have not made it much distance at all. I am at the Saharita Trailhead. I used to live in somewhere called Saharita outside of Tucson. I wonder if they have anything to do with each other. Oh. I might remember some of these roads. Am I getting that close to Tucson? I don't know where it is on this map. Oh, it doesn't really matter. Colossal Cave Road. Is there a Colossal Cave up there? That'd be cool. Look at the time distance on trail. 5 days, 7 days, 4 days. I put a question mark. I'm cold, so that's the closest thing I can get to a question mark. Because I don't want to admit that today's day 13 for me, man. 4 days, really? Really? That's Lucky Larry, though. He did have a very tiny pack. I guess they're making camp spots here or something. This doesn't seem like something the average person would do. But yeah, somebody murdered an Ocotillo or 3. I guess they're clearing out camp spots around here or something. Joe talked me into drinking a liter real quick before we go, and it is still cold. It hurts. It's still too puffy hiking weather. Everything hurts. Oh, Arizona cold just bites. It just bites. It's so dry and cold. Ooh, dry heat is awesome, but wet cold is better. Like in Virginia, it'd be like 50 degrees and I'm outside shirtless, no problem. Here, it's probably upper 40s right now and I'm dying. Go figure. Ooh, a tube. It's not a bad one because animals aren't coming in this, you know, there's a gap. It's all you in there. Nice try, Mother Nature. Another one of them bird things spray painted. Does that mean there's a piece around here? Do those have anything to do with the Scrabble pieces? Who is this bluebird person? I look like that sometimes. Happy, happy, joy, joy. Graffiti tunnels and stuff all you want, just leave my rocks alone. How did your hike end? I didn't read the sign. I think we're headed into these bad boys somehow. Or maybe just right around them, I don't know. So I've been headed due east for a while. I assumed we'd kind of cross there. It looks like there's a break between the two mountains. Maybe a nice saddle through there. So I kind of assumed that's where we were going. But there's options. But kind of weird to be headed due east. It's doing my charger on the back of my pack no good. I'm finally starting to feel the sun though. So that's nice. Still wearing two puffies. But that's gonna change pretty soon. I'm starting to get comfortable, and when you're comfortable, you better shed some layers, or you're gonna sweat in them. And I don't like sweating in my outer puffy. That's my good puffy. Sweat is not good for down. Okay, impromptu wardrobe change real quick. Ta-da! You got that warm already. You gotta love the sun. Doing its job today. I'm looking for, of course, a second coffee and breakfast spot. And keep my eyes open. There's nowhere really to sit. I mean, it is just the trail. So, keep my eyes open. Joe still hasn't had breakfast. Maybe I'll find him sitting in a spot and sit down and join him. He lets me talk his ear off. I like that about him. So it's totally going to invade Joe's space and have breakfast where he was, but there was no obvious trail to where he was sitting, and I do not walk through this stuff. I don't care how friendly it looks. There's a giant flat spot right up here. And that is going to be breakfast and coffee spot. I think I see a nice flat rock to sit on. I don't need a whole lot. Assuming that's my next destination after this. So we're gonna have 3 more cups of, or 3 more things of oatmeal. I had 3 this morning for breakfast, but you know, I didn't eat one day, so I figured I'd eat twice a day. Some dude gave me an energy gel. I don't know what that is, so I'm gonna try and mix a little bit of that in with my coffee, see if it makes me weird. I don't know. And of course, safety meeting. Joe's way over there all by his lonesome. He's probably wondering, why'd that guy not hang out with me? Does he not like me? We all question that. And it's like, no, I don't want to bother you. And he was off on his own, and I didn't want to walk through that stuff. A combination of things. He's a good guy. I like his company. He hikes about the same speed I do. Ends up in the same places, you know, goes about the same speed, same distance, and he can tolerate me. Hey, that makes us friends. So second coffee is also first cleaning, you know. First time I've ever cut a toothbrush in half, but I brought it from home and it had cool black bristles on it, so I was like, oh, I'm all about it. And I got wire cutters at home, so clip. You know, I don't normally cut them on the trail because the risk of cutting myself is worse because I don't have the proper tools. But don't forget to take your pills. I'm actually going to comb my hair today. You know, I try to do it once a day or so. And I do not carry the small toothpaste. I carry a medium one. But it's, you know, easy to sneak out and brush your teeth and all that stuff. That's kind of a noisy process. So I skip that and do it after second coffee. It just makes sense. Joe's got like a good 45-minute lead on me, but he says there's porcelain in 7 miles. That's where he was running to. I already, you know, fucked up the wash I was sleeping in, so maybe I'll see what happens. I got 7 miles to work up another turd. I've been eating a lot. It's like pain on a stick. There's bird nests in it. There's nobody messed with the bird nest in there. These guys are the main reason I carry a comb on the trail. I actually have a video on me removing some from the back of my leg. I thought a rather funny video and informative. I've picked a lot of these things out of myself over the years. They come out to get you, man. We call them jumping cactus. You know, just a little piece along the trail hooks to one of your shoes. You take that next step and it throws it up into your calf or something crazy. You know which way, anywhere. It's gonna happen. So the main reason I carry a comb is it makes it easy to remove those because you can't grab it. So you just stick a comb betwixt it, you and your flesh, and then yank. The skin, that's actually pretty cool to watch. The skin just pulls with it until it finally lets go. Hey, little birdie. Nice. They make the horses take the hill. We get this. I think we get to go under the road. Ooh, you know it's like that. So far, all of my gates have been these things. Really convenient. I know they're meant for the bikers and not really us, but still, they make my life easier, so they were meant for me. Let's see what we got going on here. Oh, somebody took their time to spray paint. They brought out different colors. That's baby smoking a joint. Some headphones on. Or I mean, that's a cigar. That's a cigar. That ain't no blunt. I don't even know what that says. I can't read that right. Ooh, it was long and creepy. Well, it got real sandy at the end. Okay, it turns out I can see in here. I just forgot that I wear glasses now, and they tint in the sun, and they don't untint very fast. So I was wearing sunglasses through there because I'm smart. Santa see no trail. I'm just gonna follow bike tracks. I guess that's kind of traily. More bike tracks. Not like I can, you know, just wander off or anything. Look at how deep their roots go. They're like desperate for water. Like, please. Nothing, guys. Sorry. That's nice, good vantage point. Train opens up before me. You can see the housing going in. Wonder which way I'm taking. That saddle there looks good to me, man. But that one also looks doable. Just a little more steep and kind of scary. We can go between the mountains over here. I bet there's a valley running between them. Don't know. Don't look at the map. That takes the fun right out of it. You know, I know where my next water is, where the next town is. You don't really need to know more than that. That's a huge wash. I'd like to get over and see down into it, but as usual, I'm not walking through this stuff. Okay, clear spot. There is actually water, and it is flowing. I can see it from here. There's some trail down there. I see a cairn. Maybe I'm gonna cruise down into here for a bit. I like washes. They're kind of hard to walk through though. Sand and gravel is not the easiest thing, Plus, you know, I got a few holes in my shoes, so gravel and sand will end up in there. This stuff doesn't really give me much of a problem. I get a pebble here and there, but not enough to concern me. But in a wash, yeah, I'll be carrying around like a pound of that stuff. Huh. Let's see how we get down in there. Pretty cool erosion going on over there. That's nice. I don't know if I end up in there. I kind of doubt I do. I don't know, because I got to end up down there eventually. Get to the other side. The other side's starting to slope pretty well too. I feel like I'm on a peninsula. At least the last dozen miles or so, some yesterday, this morning, and now, are so nice and flat and easy that I'm easily walking 3 miles an hour on them. That's not even my downhill speed. Or maybe it's that stuff I put in my coffee this morning. That could be it too. Berries? Oh, see, they're coming out of pencil cholla. We don't trust those berries either. Don't touch choyas. No matter what it tastes like, it's not worth it. Oh, what have we here? Nuts. That's my kind of garbage. How do you think that ended up down there? I don't think that's a road. I think that's a wash. Could be wrong. Could be real easy to drive one down there, but I kind of doubt it. You could do some Dukes of Hazzard stuff off of this. But then how do you get a car up here to do some Dukes of Hazzard stuff? Okay, good point. So probably drove it down there. That's a road. Huh, trailhead. With bathrooms on 9 yards. I knew I was close to one because the last guy I passed didn't even have a water bottle, so kind of had to assume we were close. See another hiker just peeling out. I'm not sure who that is though. Might just be somebody going on a little day hike. They do have pads and stuff, so I doubt they're going on a day hike. I'll figure out who it is eventually. I'm seeing a kiosk. I'm thinking that's a good place to post up for a minute. I'm going to put leggings back on so I don't burn. I can feel the sun on my legs already. Informational kiosk. You can slow it down and pause it and stuff if you really wanted to read it. I don't know how well it zooms in, but anyway, that's your bag. I filmed it. That's all that matters. Bear box. I don't need anything, so, but I'm gonna check inside because I'm the curious sort. Some asshat put their garbage in here. Painting your bottle, that's a good way to get people to leave it alone. Doesn't that look gross? I wouldn't want to drink that. Freaking humans. Dirty, dirty creatures. We know what kind of people leave those behind. So they got those little nubs on there. I'm assuming they're prostate massagers. They might stop kids from skating too. Their bike rack is so bent up and twisted that it looks a lot like a snake. Not a bad little rest area. Somebody was doing donuts over there. Why not? Hey, I know that van. That's Terrorbird's van. Oh, so I got here and I decided to check inside my stuff to see how wet it was. And amazingly enough, my rainfly still had ice on it. When I shook it out, ice rained out of it. Crazy, because it's not cold by any means now. I mean, it's not hot, no, but it's definitely not cold. And since they had a pooper, my body has become hiker mode, so it knew and it pinched off a couple pounds of base weight. Don't know where that came from, but I'm glad to be rid of it. So I'm just gonna sit here, relax for a minute, eat a Snickers bar, chewed it with both sides of my mouth. That's just strange. I'm still getting used to that, being able to use like all my teeth for chewing. I'm still chewing in one localized spot at now. I'm like trying to get in the habit of like eating it on the other side. Kind of weird. I read about a place in 7 Miles that has water. The place Joe was talking about that had porcelain is off the trail, and I don't really like off the trail. So it turns out in 7 Miles there is a faucet that, according to recent reports, is working, and I have just enough water for 7 miles. So that's where I'm headed. Tally ho. I don't really know if this is the AZT. I don't see any markings for it, but I'm going to wander it for a second to see if my map tells me anything different. But, you know, I came out of that one. I don't think I took it off trail to get here. I think it just led me here. I do not like subjective rules like dawn to dusk. When exactly is dawn? When exactly is dusk? I mean, there's shifting time frames. They're a few minutes off every single day. It just gives Johnny Law wiggle room to come and mess with you. Oh, sharp eyes might see. Oh, trash pandas. We all love trash pandas. Mountain lions. Only scary at night. I'd really like to see one during the day. Okay, walked out a bit and checked my map. Oh, they separate us from the bikes now. We get the bigger one. Look at that. I'm surprised they have let you live right there on the trail, because the trail kind of does go around it a bit. It is rather wide. Okay, second sign, and we're already into repeats, man. That does not bode well. Oh man, look how plump and juicy these fruits look. I hear the ding ding of a bicycle, but I don't see it. But yeah, those bad boys are totally edible. Not real hard to get out. Look at these spines. They're not real scary spines. They're not like sharp. You don't want to sit on them. But, you know, look, they're ribbed for your pleasure, too. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, so, you know, just don't get stuck. But those things are easy to grab. Little pineapples. Oh, you can see it a-flowing. That is more than good enough for me, but look at all that. Oh no, am I gonna have to do a river crossing? I don't even know where the trail proper is. Is this the trail? Oh man, it just separated right there. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go with this then. I don't get lost this quickly. Ah, I see hiker sign. Others did not want to get their shoesies wet either. Don't blame them. Oh, I made it past the first one. Whew, it was sketchy, you know. The water is pretty deep, flowing fast. Look at that. Gotta do a second one here. Oh, wait for me. Well, that's two without getting my feet wet. Oh, look at that place to sit. That is really nice. I should have held off on second coffee. Nah, not really that nice. Second coffee is nice wherever I take it. But I will pee on this rock. Interesting erosion. That big old chunk right there just fell off. When you see trees like this in Arizona, I saw these from a distance, I knew there'd be water here. And if not water, you can see if you go to a bend and start digging down, you'll generally find it. Oh no, I gotta cross again, the sign's over there. However shall I get across? Oh no. Oh, it's raging now. The two rivers have combined. Look at that, that's rapids right there. Looks like a good place to cross. Okay. Well, I don't know what did that. Just knocked out all these trees. It was a hardcore flood. I'd go with more with a storm since they're knocked in different directions. More wind than water. I'm assuming this is my next bridge. Hold on, I see a trail going off over here. It's like a super duper mini Gila River. So yeah, after each little tiny crossing, I leave the trail again. Just look for random footprints. But I guess it's hard to maintain a trail that obviously floods. Look how high that redwood is stacked. I said, spray paint on your own stuff, I don't mind. But leave my rocks alone. Got them there. Got them there. There's always people with stupid hearts, and you know that they're already broken up. I don't even know what that is. Somebody's initials. I hope they're dead. I do. I said it. It's too late. I can't take it back. Bicycle track. So I'm on pretty much just kind of a nature walk. Ooh, that's very traily. There. Oh, damn it. It does kind of lead in that direction. I was just going to wander down in this direction. I was like, oh, you can't get lost down here. But I bet it does go up there. Oh, yep, totally. The rust-colored sign blended right in. I totally overlooked it. How turquoise that rock is. Well, I bet that's just like it, but still beautiful. I don't know, maybe it's not lichen. Maybe it's actually a mineral. Take time to appreciate the rocks. I'll back up out of there and back into this again. That's cool. Yeah, so I'm going with it as a mineral. I found a recently broken piece and you can see it's clearly deeper than just the surface. Interesting. Must be worthless because it's everywhere. But still, I like a nice beautiful rock every once in a while. You know, brown's cool and all. Many shades of it. But yeah, I like a little variety. I like to look down and sometimes at the base of mountain rivers and such, the ground will look like fruity pebbles. I find that kind of cool. Headed back the way I came, but I'm assuming I'm just gonna zigzag for a while because that's the branch I came under. Mostly creosote bushes out here. The only few interesting things I know about them is their leaves generally face southeast, and they can live like thousands of years old by cloning themselves over and over. Oh, maybe that's the bridge I came under. Oh, that's a whole new bridge. Okay. It's different when you're under them, you know. But I recognize the spray paint. Ah, it's a train bridge. I like train graffiti. Those guys go out of their way. You still can't read any of it, but, you know, they take some time. I've been walking for a couple minutes. You can probably tell by how close the bridge is now. That thing is still going. Look, there's engines in the, I don't know, middle of this thing, I want to say. I don't know. How long does it go? Color me impressed. Made it to the road and it's still going. Where's my trail at? Is that it, across the street? Yes. Oh, there's the end. Wow, I think that might be the longest train I've ever witnessed. Well, isn't that nice? I think they put that here so that these random rocks that get kicked off don't just mess you up. I never even thought about that come by train tracks. I've walked under a few in my time and I never thought, yeah, it might throw a boulder at my face. Man, you walk along minding your own business and whack one of them to the teeth. Thanks. Oh, this is not the scary variety of cholla. This is way less intimidating, but look at the size of it. This is a pretty massive one. But I'd still run and give that a hug before I touch a teddy bear cholla. Oh, starting to get in the saguaro area. Look, right there. Oh, yeah, there's one. Look at them arms. Oh, yeah. They only grow at a certain altitude, so My night should be much warmer. I just love these guys. I mean, they're crap for shade and all that. Well, this one survived a fire. Turns out after fires, I've noticed they don't grow their spines back ever. So you can kind of tell how much has grown since the fire happened. Yeah, just from there up on that arm is new. They weren't meant to, well, most things weren't, but they especially were not meant to survive fire. Most things in the desert did not evolve any sort of fire protection. No thick bark or anything cool like that. And these little guys are Palo Verdes. We'll eventually come across their bigger cousins, which are actually like trees. But it means green stick, aptly named. Eventually they get big enough to hide under in the shade. They grow beautiful flowers all over. They're really nice trees actually. The limbs get all cool and twisted. But these are like the little cousins. That's a pretty good sleeping wash right there. I'm not sure what we're building, but we'll call it progress. We got a bike pecker. Looking at maps, I think. I was looking at that trailer as a potential nappy spot. You know, just somewhere I can lay out away from the sun. Take a couple hours, well, an hour nap tops. But it's all stony and sharp, so not worth it. If it was comfortable, I'd still be there. I hope that's an observatory or something, man, because some dude's house, Jeebus, it haunts. That's what happens when you have a tiny penis but a huge wallet. Or it's an observatory or restaurant or something, I don't know. Oh, life has sprung forth from the desert, at least right there. I'm telling you, we just need a few good rains, and this place would be unrecognizable. Yep, it's a castle. Some sort of ranch down there. This looks familiar to me for some reason. I guess I've looked down on a lot of properties. Water's in another 3 miles or so. And I'm still carrying around 1.5 liters. So I'm going to see if I can find somewhere semi-shady and off the trail. Because there's a decent amount of bike traffic today. Nothing bad. Maybe like, 8 or 10 of them. And, they've all been courteous, ring their bells long before, I mean, I saw them coming because it's kind of obvious out here, in most cases anyway. And you're happy enough to step off the trail. A lot of this would have been difficult on a bike, not necessarily this, but a lot of stuff was decent little rocky steps and such. Oh, there's some water down in there. But somebody probably owns it. That thing looks, no, that's a house. Never mind, it had the same colors like the park bathrooms. You can plainly see the trail down there. I mean, loop-de-loop around and get down there. But I like how you got the little red dirt area with the saguaros growing out of it. Just kind of out of that area. You see me in red dirt over there as well. Is there something about it? Built by amazing volunteers. I agree. Thank you very much. Ooh, working in the snow? No, you don't have to do it like that. Oh, looks like a nice picnic area down there. I'm not sure which way ahead, but I have to assume it's this way. Because that's where a sign is, so that's where I'm going. So this is the ranch you can go to get water and such. Appreciate that. But according to the map, there's water in another like 2.5 or so. Ooh, these individuals are tough. This is the second time I've seen them. Good for you. And we're there. Red rock. Well, reddish. It gets way redder than this. A lot of people confuse that for white sage, but it'll eventually grow some big yellow flowers on it. We call it rabbit brush around here. I don't know what it's really called. We got a dead saguaro here. We'll see a lot of these along our trek. I saw a guy with a walking stick on one of these parts because it had a nice bend in it. But it's super light like balsa wood, but really strong. I guess like balsa wood, but stronger. Because, you know, it's got to lift all that, and that's mostly water. The amount of signage they always have in like obvious places where, like, you know, you couldn't be lost on the trail always kind of tickles me. It's easy to get to, they got no problem putting the signs up, but when it's all confusing and stuff, yeah, then you gotta figure it out on your own. It's hard to get lost out here, but you know, you get backtracked a bit. Very well marked. A good chunk of the rocks have been like this for a while. All just veiny with quartz. I'm assuming it's quartz. Hey, this is about the CCC. I saw a documentary all about this. Well, all about our national lands. The hard-working group of individuals, I bet they had no idea there'd be like mansions up here and stuff. Unless, of course, that's something they built that looks way too fancy for something the CCC would have built. That is a great example of saguaro bombs. They're safe to touch. Most things in the desert aren't, but yeah, they become quite smooth after a while. All the spines fall off when all the green falls off. And they're huge, so they're clearly obvious. But no, it's an interesting wood. Sometimes you'll be able to see a skeleton come from the bottom of those, but the rest of the plant is still alive. I'm not exactly sure how they work, because you can straight see through the bottom, see the light through the other side. And look at that tangled mess, and still it lives. Now it's had its head blown off, or maybe hit by lightning. Oh, I'm going to hit by lightning, because look at that arm next to it. But yet the rest of it isn't cooked. Ah, we found a garbage can. I can get rid of that stupid backpack I've been carrying. What's that? Oh, nice little campground. Be gone with you. I might go chill at that bench for a minute. Ow, I just got a head injury, man. Ow. That stupid branch right there. I was walking up the hill here. Oh, cut it on the corner too. Oh, Jesus. No blood. I was wearing my hat, so at least get those things out, because I wear a retainer now too. I'm full nerd mode. Glasses, retainer. Oh, I got rid of my buck teeth though. You know, I guess that's a move up. Maybe it balances itself out. Ow. Oh, it's all, yeah, it's raising a little bit. Ow, it hurts. It stings. Oh shit, there is blood. Okay, damn it.
It felt like there'd be blood. Brain injuries are probably a bad idea on a long hike, huh? Oh, man. I'm going to hang out here for a moment. Okay. We're good. We're all good. Nothing running down my face. Okay. I'm going to relax under a rock, see if I pass out or anything, and hydrate. My water source is only a half-mile away, so there's that. Oh, I had to get that picture of that big rock up there. Oh, yeah, I needed that. Oh, Jeebus, it stings. Ugh. Hope I don't need stitches. I'm not going to look at it because I doubt I do. Man, you know, I can't really look at it. I can just take pictures. Okay. I'm good. Damn you, tree. How dare you punch me in the head? That was really mean, man. You know, I like you guys, right? Try to be a friend. Give you my coffee grounds in the morning and stuff. I'm glad I was wearing a hat or there'd be a chunk of my flesh on this thing. And good thing I was looking down because that's eye level, man. But ow, oh, I could have, it would have been the left eye too. My left eye has had so much trauma. Stabbed a few times, scratched by a cat, popped out of its socket, so much stuff. Tree. Okay, I feel pretty okay. It's probably just a scratch. I'm not investigating it further. My fingers haven't been washed in Lord knows how long. I don't want to be finger fucking that thing. And right now, enjoy the rocks. It's Schrodinger's wound. It's a gash or a tiny little scratch. Head wounds totally bleed, so it could be a scratch and put blood on my fingers. If it was a gash, I'd have blood running down my head, and I don't see any of that going on. So, you know, we just want to investigate, assume it's just a scratch. And I'm quite certain that the good folk down at this Trail Magic will be glad to look at my head for me. And then, you know, put a band-aid on my boo-boo and I'll be all good. Trail is pretty cool today, though. Kind of crazy. This was paved once upon a time. I do feel a little queasy and my head doth throb. But I'm also a hypochondriac, so there's that. I feel like all the trees are laughing at me. Like they're all like, oh, Twiggy punched that dude out. Like, not out, man. I have not passed out yet. Just a little woozy. Oh, look at the crazy stripes in that mountain, huh? Enhance. Little wavy lines in that. Crazy. Alright, as I was curious about this thing, I see like, hey, here's this thing. But like, I'm annoyed I read it because, you know, it was thrust into their present position by geological forces. Right, but it doesn't say which geologic forces. Doesn't really, you know, go into that. Interesting. But there's this. Okay, don't walk into the tree. Hey, you're not gonna get me again. I have no idea. But, you know, I'd sleep in there. It's a nice windbreak all around. I wouldn't feel bad about it. Do you have to have a permit for that? A nest in the tree. Back on the road. Hey. Okay, this place is supposed to have water. I'm only going to fill up my liter. I'm going to polish off what I got, fill it up, and carry on because Trail Magic's only a couple miles ahead. Well, this little camp's cool. Stone. Oh, hey, that's the spigot right there, right? Garbage cans, a rake hanging from a tree, a place to put my horses, all sorts of benches, trees to punch you in the head, something to carve your name into, a bunch of I love yous and they love me's. They don't even remember you. The water's white and it comes out all funky. Your hand's gonna get wet. That's on low, you turn on high and it goes out in all directions. But why is the water white? That's not normal, it's all bubbly at the top. Did I get carbonated water? I don't know, I'm gonna drink it. But since it's got bubbles in it, man, okay, they're settling. I was gonna say this thing's gonna squeak. Even as I just walk around up and down, this thing changes pressure all the time. So I'll hear a high-pitched squeal and I'll look around trying to find it, and it's this thing squealing in my ear. Okay, halfway clear. We'll wait for the weird noxious gases to go away and then carry on. Oh, and get used to it now. Every water source you go to is going to have bees in it, especially as everything gets drier and drier. As long as you don't bother them, they don't bother you. And most bees in Arizona, I see you wanting to throat punch me with that. Trees are out to get me all of a sudden. As long as you don't mess with them, they don't mess with you. But most of them in Arizona are Africanized. We ship our bees in when we need pollination done. Okay, where's the trail again? I'll head back this way. There's tons of signs. Oh, and a human. I'm guessing by smell these are toilets. And that's probably what that other building I saw, the stone one, was. Same shape, right? It's kind of what I guessed it was, but you know, it's hard to tell when there's only part of the building. Oh, look at how these rocks eroded. Crazy, man. You cut yourself with these things. Oh, that is sharp. Don't trip into that. See, everything in the desert's stabby. Look how bright red those are. Have they flowered or are they about to? I'm assuming they're about to. This is really early spring. I want to eat some of you. But not quite yet. You're just babies. Twisty mountains. By geologic forces. Rocks got squished is basically what I got out of that thing. I'm feeling pretty good, man. Got a little nauseous there for a while. Thought I was gonna give you this good like close-up of all of a sudden I'm like losing all my water. But no, I think I'm past that now. There's clues. I don't know what it says, man. Oh, that's gotta be it right over there. Okay. Nice. Getting there. So it's right around the corner. I'm curious what they're saying about me. They've seen me coming for a while. You know, every hiker here has had some weird experience with me. I'm mad, we all know it. Okay, there's a lot of people over there. I think the dude's name is Jim, and I really should remember it, but I was all intimidated because there's just too many people over there. But he was a really nice guy. He let me borrow a couple mats so I can sleep on those. He weed whacked the area so that people could set up a few tents and whatnot. He goes out of his way. You know, really, really nice guy. He's going to cook dinner for us in a little bit. Asked us to stay in the night if we want to ride into town, you know. Yeah, all I really want to do is just sit down and relax. Because I got to get into town kind of soonish because, you know, I need food. But, yeah, hey, he's going to cook for us. So awesome. So I'll make sure to, you know, donate and all that to him because I know he's not doing this just out of the goodness of his heart. This stuff costs money, you know, it ain't free. So do what we can, man. I appreciate him. Okay, he's got charging, but you know, my solar panel does pretty damn well, so just gonna see what I can get away with that. I have wedged myself right in the pricklies because he's got areas over here, but I don't want to bother people. You know, I'm up much earlier than everybody else. So I didn't stake down fully over here, but kept everything away from the cacti. Oh, need to put that stake back in. That was just really close in there. I couldn't hammer it quite well because this is, you know, rock I'm on. And then on this side I got a thorn bush, but nothing's touching me. So once I get that stake reinserted, you know, all good. Camps right there. Figure out where to wash my feet at. That's all I'm really interested in, is a good foot wash. So his name is Jim, and he let me use his shower. And I've been assured that no hikers have dried their balls with that towel, and I believe him. He's about to cook dinner for us, so I'm camped over yonder, and I better get some clothes on because this isn't gonna drop. It's gonna get cold. So it's dinner time. Awesome. So you know, I came into camp and I might have a head wound. I was sure it was just a scratch, but you know, I just, you know, wanted somebody to look at it. But I know as a guy, if I ask for any sort of help, I will be mocked, and of course I was. You know, you have to have some sort of gash or something to, you know, be able to have to ask for help, I guess. You know, like, I knew I shouldn't ask anybody, but you know, I didn't want to have the chance of actually having something and jamming my gross fingers into it. But apparently it is what I thought, just a little bloody scratch. No big deal. I was right. Okay, so we've got annoying problems here. Evidently, that mountain right there costs money to walk on. Oh, no, let me take it back. This mountain costs money to sleep on. Okay, I don't know exactly how it works because it doesn't look like it's that far away, right? I see houses at the base. Oh, it hurts. All right, I see houses down at the bottom right there, right? All right, but evidently this is Spud Rock up there, and that's 17 miles from where I'm standing. And 21 miles or 22 miles from where I'm standing, I am allowed to sleep again for free. But as long as it is on or near that mountain, they want the money for it. You think they're gonna get any out of me? Do you think? Hell no. Soup. I'm on. I might take the day off tomorrow, man. Zero it. Here, these people are pretty cool, and then just wake up super duper early and just go crawl that thing, man. What do you think? That's what I'm thinking too. It doesn't look that big to me, man. Joy Hill. I hear that's a forest up top. It looks kind of fuzzy, so maybe it is really big. I don't know. Imagine it'll be cold, so I want to get over there like noonish. You know, start all super early, 17 miles by noon. That's not impossible. Well, it's a lot uphill. Huh? Well, I guess it's all uphill. That's okay. We got it. No problem. Easy peasy. Of course, the dogs don't really like me. Well, this one does. Huh? Yeah, she's a pretty one. That one's a little skeptical. Okay, so it's the end of the day. We got the Purple Mountain Majesty going on. We're doing s'mores over there with a gas fire he's got. Technically, that was my first real s'more where I, you know, heated up marshmallows over a fire and melted chocolate with them. It is all in my mustache right now. My mustache is all weird right now. So, yeah, not a lot of water around. So I'm gonna take a impromptu. They gave me a paper towel. So impromptu bath. Gotta wash my face now, man. I'm gonna try sleeping with a mask on tonight. That's a big old clear spot. Oh, that's a road. No wonder. But I'm gonna try sleeping with a mask on tonight. I'm hoping that makes my sleeping bag less gross in the morning, because I'm waking up with a bunch of frozen spit on it, essentially, from breathing on it all night. Alright, so Wednesday 13. I think I'm going to kick it here with these guys, ride into town with them tomorrow and see what happens. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to just take the day off and then we're going to go night hike that thing.